Jonah? Jonah, I worked construction for 15 years. I can tell you what's got what just by looking at it. Wikipedia. I'm not gonna look at everything. Here's what I'm saying though, Wikipedia. That's how many are for sale, not how many that exist, dude. I'm not straight, so no straight faces for sure. That's not what I meant, William Media, and you know it. You can't look at me with a gay face and tell me that you're not batshit crazy. How about that? Does that work, William Media? Get the hell out of here with your exclamation point actually. Wikipedia, the argument was that they don't exist at all. They exist. That works? Okay, cool. Oh, you guys. Don't ever change. Right, Jonah? That's what I said. Someone new is going to come in here and be like, what is he saying this to this person for? He's so rude. Meanwhile, we're like friends and we're just like dicking around. It was a full moon last night and the bars were messy. Well, it was also the day after St. Patrick's Day and a Friday night. People were celebrating, man. Racing Kid, it's just the right amount. And it's not always, you know? Hey, come here. Hey. What is that on your mouth? What you have hanging from your mouth? Are you okay? I love you. Go lay down in your bed. Go lay down over there. There you go. Get comfortable. Lay down. Lay down all the way. All the way. There you go. Perfect. Hi, Ducky. What's up, buddy? Welcome in. I'm teaching my dog that there's a nice bed there that she can lay in during the day. Is she having an off day? She feeds off of my energy, Simply Me. And I haven't been very good these past, like, weeks. And she has been negatively affected by it. So she's had an off... Me and her both have had an off month. Oh, I don't keep track, Ducky. So I don't know. But I do know that we're trying to get 20 layers done today. And so far, this is gonna make 10 right here. And it's been 4 hours. So we're getting 2.5 layers done an hour of deep slate, and there's usually about 60 layers of deep slate. So 2.5 hours. So like an hour and 25 minutes a layer? No, 2.5 layers an hour. So 60 divided by 2.5 is what? 24? So take us 24 hours, 3 8-hour streams. How big is the perimeter? 64 diameter. It's not really a big hole. But we're also keeping all the material, so it's adding a little bit of time. I'm keeping all the deep slate because we're going to use it in a future build. And we just recently had a giant cave that we just finished. We just caught up to. See, there's a cave there. And a cave there. That's kind of the outskirts of it. But we kind of brushed those a little bit. So we had the benefit of not needing to dig in those for a while. Ducky, sometimes, so there's an old saying. You get out of something what you put into it. So if you don't want to put the time into it, you're not going to get what you want out of it. Sometimes you got to put in that extra time. Got to put in that elbow grease, my friend. Oops. Because you saw my gold farm. That gold farm looks immaculate. It took us 100 hours to build it. This one's going to take us some amount of time to get through the deep slate, so we just got to tough it out. But it's going to look great when we're finished. I'm going to line the whole thing in copper. It's going to look really cool. And we're going to have, like, glass tunnels and things. When we're finished with it, it's going to look badass. But in the meantime, it's just, you know, a hole in the ground. Okay, so we're going to do that. I want to keep this, actually. Let's, knock it all down to 1. Because this is all we're going to be grabbing from here on out. There shouldn't be anything else that we pick up. 300 by 300? Go for it, dude. In the overworld? Oh, a TNT duper? I'm not a fan of a TNT duper, but if that's what you want to do, more power to you. There's a machine called a World Eater, Ducky. It's a flying machine with a TNT duper tied to it. You just fly around and drop TNT over and over again. Hi, Muffin Main. I'm having a better Saturday now that you're here, my friend. It's good to see you. How are you? How are things? Alright, this is for Amelia only. Nice. Still not lethal damage yet, chat. You got a long ways to go. Ducky. Just gotta believe, my friend. Oh, that's cool. You didn't think of the totem? It's the last thing people think of. But even then, we're fine. We're good for 105 blocks. And up there, 63. So we can go all the way to minus like 39 before we have to worry about anything. Maybe minus like 38. This is for Amelia. I made you look, Ben. You were like, what's he doing? Ah! Oh no! Yeah, I think that's all the ore we're going to encounter from here on out. Okay, so we'll go 4 out from here. You don't like it? I know you don't. Look, I hear where you're coming from, and I understand your frustration and your disappointment, but it's going to continue. It's the most effective way to get back down. We only have like 2 stacks of rockets left. I gotta save them. Until we get gunpowder. Well, let's go 4. I mean, you're the one that keeps making a big deal out of it, so sure. Of course I am. And use the gunpowder to dig the hole. I mean, it's up to you. I think if you were to do the math and figure out how much time you would have to stand there and AFK the creeper farm to get enough powder, and then figure out how much time it's going to take you to dig up all the sand that you need for all that gunpowder, that you're pretty much going to use the same amount of time that you would just manually cutting all of this. You're just using that time doing different things, Ducky. Does that make sense? Like if it takes you 60 hours to dig this deep slate, but you can TNT it in 4, but it takes you 20 to AFK the TNT and 25 to cut all the sand, you're at 59 hours or 49 hours or whatever. You're still using as much time. And then you got to craft all the TNT. Then you got to build the redstone system. You got to acquire the redstone if you don't already have it. You got to build the dirt grid. You got to adjust the dirt grid as your height changes. And it's just too much extra work if that's what you're wanting to do. But I mean, it would make it interesting. Like, you can't just come down here and start digging while the creeper farm's going because you'll be too far away from it for it to load. So you just gotta stand there and AFK the creeper farm. The thought is to make a pretty big base and have a crazy creeper farm and other things under it. Yeah, go for it. Sounds like a great idea. If you want it to look nice, you gotta put a lot of time into it. You can't just go... And it does that. So it's going to take you a long time. You got to think of old works of art, Ducky, like those marble statues that look like there's a cloth on somebody and it's meticulously done. Those took hundreds and hundreds of hours to cut. So if you think about that, the end result is gorgeous and is long lasting forever, but it took the artist, you know, thousands of hours to create it. It's all about how you want to do it, my friend. Chicken butt, Ducky. We're gonna make the walls and the floor steel sharken out of copper. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build the creeper farm. We're not gonna have the floors and walls done. And then we're gonna go make a drowned farm for the copper. And we're gonna use that copper to make blocks and floors for this. And then what happens is the copper is gonna turn green, which is gonna be close to or match the creeper color green. It'll look really neat when it's all done. It'll take a while for all the copper to weather. But it'll look nice when it's all said and done. So we're gonna dig this down, build the farm, then we're gonna go make a drowned farm, get the copper, and then slowly build everything. We're gonna glass there. We're gonna glass here all the way around. We're gonna glass the caves wherever they occur, and then we're gonna turn every other thing into copper. Ducky, go for it, dude. Good luck. Have you put some black spots too? It looks like a creeper's face. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. We might build like a giant creeper head above it or something when it's all said and done. But I think I'm fine just making it green. I don't want to go too crazy. Not when we got other things in the pipeline. I kind of want to put a document together to kind of show people what we got coming up. That way people can know what's coming up and expect it and be excited for it. We might not get to -20 today. We'll make as much leeway as possible. I'm glad we cut around that circle over there earlier. We also got to get that cave cut around too when we hit the bottom of it. And then when we glitched out the other day, there's a cave like right down here that we're going to have to contend with. It's a small cave though. And then any other caves that this is attached to, we have to clear out, torch up, light up. Ducky, if you're still here, did I show you the gold farm? Did you see the gold farm we made? I got screenshots if you want to see it. You did? Okay. That was 256 by 256. And we had I would say 1/3 of it was a crimson forest. So we had to deal with hoglins the entire time we were there. Which we're still eating the pork left over from that. Yeah, Ducky. Hoglins for hours. Yeah. And then we had magma cubes over in the basalt area. In hardcore. Yep. That slowed down progress a lot. Ow, oh yeah, and then gassed over and over again. Gassed over and over. That was another thing. How many gas did we end up killing? 784 gas during that build. And then hoglins is 866. 1,400 magma cubes. 1,400 magma cubes. Oh, that's ridiculous. 100 shulkers. 28 trader llamas. Nice. Nice. Does that count all the mini cubes? I don't know. Do the mini cubes count as magma cubes? I don't know, Warner. I mean, if they did, I would say 1/3 of the number was actual big cubes, so 500 cubes. That's still a lot. The magma cubes aren't like slimes, though. The little baby slimes don't hurt you. The baby magma cubes do. So they're still a threat. They still pose to harm you, catch you on fire, and kill you. asleep. We gotta get that taken care of. Cut out. See that path right there? Is that it? That's not it. We have a path somewhere at 0 for the lapis lazuli farm that we were doing. When would you use a fortune axe? When I want the ore. I don't want the ore right now. I don't really need the ore at all. Who cares wins, to be honest with you. The only ore I would need is the coal, but we're not in coal territory anymore. Oh, a fortune axe. When you're chopping trees, I guess? You can chop the leaves from more saplings. But you can do that with a fortune hoe, though, too. I don't know, man. Maybe they're working on getting us something where it'll be beneficial. I used to think that a fortune axe would get you more books when you broke a bookshelf, but that was a myth. You always get 3 books from breaking a bookshelf. No, not very often. Who cares? You don't need it. I put smite on my axe. Who cares? Because an axe does more single target damage than a sword does. And if I get into a fight with, like, a zombie or a skeleton or something, the axe is usually more... It feels better when you crit an axe versus critting a sword. Plus, the axe is just better for killing the wither. And the wither is affected by smite damage. It also allows you to have sharpness 5 on your sword with sweeping edge. That way you can do more damage to things. What was that? A raiding party? Come on, guys. I saw movement out of my eyes. I didn't know what it was. It's a stupid raiding party. I'm gonna see if they'll just leave me alone. Go wander in the cave, guys. I think they went down to the caves. They're on top of my scaffolding too, so I'd have to fly out. Let me just get out now. That should be far enough. Yep, they're gone. Whee! Crazy how that cave got dwindled down to nothing over time. It's like we're water slowly eroding away at rock. Is that already getting dark again? No. Just feels like it sometimes. What up, Wire? How are you doing, friend? Guys, Wire's here. How you doing, my friend? Happy Saturday. Here, Wolf. There he is. How have you been, bud? How's the family? How am I doing? I'm okay. Any day I get to stream's always a good one. So I appreciate you being here hanging out with us. We're just digging a hole for a creeper farm.